What gets in the way of people who want to reflect God in their lives from being able to do so? What impedes us from reflecting God in everything that we do? I want you to think about the phases of the moon. Let's just think about this as an illustration. There are 8 primary phases. Now, the reflection of the sun off of the moon's surface totally depends on the location of Earth. Where is Earth in relationship to the moon and the sun? Okay? And so we go through these cycles. Every month we go through the full cycle of new moon to full moon, new moon to full moon. And depending on how much of Earth is in focus, that is how much of the sun that we can see reflected off the surface of the moon. Now we see in Genesis 1 that humankind is reflected in the image of God. We are created with our identity and our purpose founded in Him. Our identity is very simple, but not always easy to live out because things get in our way. Our identity is to live as sons and daughters of God. And our purpose is to reflect His image throughout the entire world. That is our identity, that is our purpose. But we experience obstacles that get in the way of us fulfilling that identity, fulfilling that purpose in our lives. And you might call these treasures of the earth. So just as the earth blocks the sun's light from the moon's reflective surface, so too, earthly treasures, when our focus is here on the things in this world, more so than the things of God, that also gets in the way of our ability to reflect God to the world through our lives. Jesus told us to seek first His kingdom. Seek first the kingdom of God. Don't seek first what you're going to wear, what you're going to eat, the things that God knows you need, your provisions. He knows you need them. Don't seek those first. Seek Him and His kingdom. And all of those other things are going to be provided. But we don't need to spend our time worrying about those things or focused on those things. Those cares of the world, as He describes in a later parable, they can really choke out what God is trying to do in our lives. So, what are those treasures of earth that might be there, rooted in, that are impeding our ability to reflect God in this world? What might they be in your life? See, our task is very simple, but it's not always easy, especially in day-to-day living where we have very urgent matters always in our face. That oftentimes the tyrannical urgent can take over our focus from the truly eternal and important things, such as God's kingdom. So what do we do with that? My latest book is called The Sacred Shadow. In this book, you will find an invitation to experience God's kingdom right here and right now. We can dive deeply into His intended purpose for our lives, for our identity, for our ability to reflect Him in this world. And we can see the many, many ways that He invites us to experience Him in our day-to-day lives. So I want to encourage you to go check out thesacredshadow.com for more information on this book and to order your copy. There will also be links below. And be sure to go visit nowfound.org for more free resources. Thank you so much for being here with me today. And always remember, you are never too lost to be found.